Hello, my name is Michael Ingalls with WorldWater Solar Technologies Corporation. Today I'm going to show you the different power generation capabilities and flexibility in the MiDAS kit. We're going to start out with a lithium-ion battery box. This is a battery storage and power management center with a 1.25 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. It is charged by solar or grid or generator. But what we're going to do now is actually operate our pumps from the output of this box. So this box has several different output options. We have 12 volt DC, we have USB ports, and we have two 110 volt outputs. We're going to use one of these through our converter box to make the 24 volt DC required to run our pumps. So we'll add our converter box right here. This box requires 110 volt DC and it outputs 24 volt, it requires 110 volt AC and outputs 24 volt DC. So we'll go ahead and plug it into our 110 AC outlet. Then we'll take our pump wire, which if you follow behind me, this wire goes down to the water where our submersible pump is in the water source. We'll go ahead and connect it. Now we have 24 volt DC available to go to our pump. We'll go ahead, we have an on-off switch on the controller box here. So we'll go ahead and turn our pump on. And the pump will start, and now we'll shift over to our water purifier and we'll see that we are producing potable drinking water from our Shep's freshwater purification system. We're going to demonstrate the flexibility and power generation sources for the MiDAS kit powering the Shep's water purifiers. Our Shep's water purifier is currently being powered by a generator through a 24 volt DC converter box. We're now going to switch to solar operation. I will turn the generator off and disconnect the pump power wire and we'll connect it to solar. We'll disconnect our pump power wire and bring that over to our solar converter box. What this box does is this has a solar pumping controller in it. It takes power from the solar panels and optimizes it to provide the 24 volt DC power required by the pump. So we'll connect our pump. And now we'll go do our final connections on our solar array. These are four 110 watt panels that come with the MiDAS kit. They are flexible folding solar panels that are stored in the accessories, the pumping accessories box. And the way the solar harness is wired, there is no way to connect the panels wrong. As long as the electrical connections fit, then electrically they are wired in a correct manner and you'll get the right voltage and current at the pumping controller box. The wiring harness is a simple two connector harness which mates to a matching connector on the solar panel. You push those together. You want to make sure that all of your connections, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are secure. A note on placement of solar panels. You would like to have your solar panels obviously in an area where they get sun. They need a complete unshaded access. You would want them in a windy environment to be staked down. There are grommets on the corners of each of the solar panels, and you could use wire or tent stakes or something like that. Those are not provided in the kit, but locally available materials would work for that. You also want to make sure that the panels are not in an area where they're going to be damaged by traffic, either foot traffic or animals or vehicles. They are very durable, but a vehicle driving over them or someone jumping on them could cause damage to the panels. So our panels are connected, our solar array is connected. We'll go back and turn the pump on at the pumping controller box, and our water purifier will start. So we've turned our pump on. I can hear the pump in the background in the water, starting to move water, and now our water purifier is receiving contaminated water, and it's producing clean, potable drinking water from this hose right here. Now this flow will vary during solar operation as cloud cover varies and as the time of day varies. You'll get different sun intensities on your panels, and that will result in a varying flow rate. We are now looking at the total power flexibility options for the MiDAS kit. Here we have the included solar panels, a total of 420 watts of solar. We also have a 2 kilowatt generator. We have a lithium-ion battery pack, 1.25 kilowatt hours, and we have a DC to DC converter box for solar pumping with a solar pumping controller in it, and we have an AC to DC converter box, which will allow you to run your 24 volt DC pumps with either AC grid power, AC generator power, or AC power from your battery box. On the DC to DC converter box, we have an input for solar. We also have an input for a NATO connector to be powered from vehicles. All of that input power goes through a pumping converter inside this box. The output is a 24 volt DC Anderson plug, which mates to our submersible pumps, whether it's the freshwater purification pump or the reverse osmosis purification pump. That's controlled by an on-off breaker. The DC to DC converter box, AC to DC converter box takes in 110 AC power, which can either be from the generator or from the battery box or from shore power. That goes through a converter. There's an on-off switch, and again the same connector which will mate to our submersible pumps. If we look at our lithium-ion battery box here, and you can come up and actually take a closer look. This side is all output, and on the output we have 110 AC, USB ports, cigarette lighter power ports. Everything is protected by breakers. We have an information management center here which shows the current state of charge, the power in, power out rate, and time remaining at whatever load is being pulled from this from an electrical standpoint. There's also a flowchart diagram which will light up depending on which path power is flowing into which outlet, either in or out, and wherever it's being dispensed from. This panel over here is our input panel. On this side, this unit can be charged with 24 volt DC, and the cable is inside, and I will show you that in just a moment. We also have solar connectors for non-standard solar panels that would be around, not ones that are provided in this kit, but generic solar panels can go in through here. This is shore power to charge the unit, and also included is an outlet converter adapter that will fit world standards of different outlets, and your extension cord, which is in the accessory kit, would come from here and go into your input power. Now inside this box, most of it is sealed, but there is an adapter cable, and we'll take a look at that. This is an adapter cable harness that is used with battery clips to charge from a 24 volt DC battery. So this could come from a vehicle battery, or if you put two 12 volt batteries in series to come up with 24 volts, you could also charge it that way. This red plug mates to the appropriate connector on the side here on the input panel. To charge this with the solar panels, which are included in the MiDAS kit, there is a solar charging port on the rear of the box back here. And it's in the shadow, so it's going to be a little difficult to see. But that is where our solar panels would wire directly in with our included solar harness. The panels would connect right like that. Turn the connector until it clicks and locks, and now we would be charging this with solar. All internal functions of this box are protected and controlled and monitored so that there are no damage occurs.